Imagine a world illuminated by flickering candlelight, where the only source of light after sunset was the warm, gentle glow of a flame. This light cast long shadows on the walls, creating an atmosphere of tranquility and simplicity. In this world, the rhythm of life moved to the slow, steady beat of the seasons. Each day was a reflection of nature's cycles, from the planting of seeds in the spring to the harvest in the fall. This was the world before the Industrial Revolution, a time when human existence was deeply intertwined with the natural world. Villages were small, close-knit communities where everyone knew each other. It was a world vastly different from our own, where the landscape was dominated by fields, forests, and rivers rather than factories and skyscrapers. The differences were profound, touching every aspect of human existence. Families worked together, sharing the burdens and joys of daily life. From the quiet countryside to the bustling workshops of pre-industrial towns, life unfolded at a pace dictated by nature and tradition. Blacksmiths, cobblers, and other artisans were essential to the community, their skills honed over years of practice. Life unfolded at a pace dictated by nature and tradition. Markets were vibrant places where people gathered to trade goods, share news, and socialize. The vast majority of people lived in rural areas, their lives intricately tied to the land. They depended on the earth for their sustenance, growing crops and raising animals. Their lives intricately tied to the land, they worked from dawn till dusk, their hands calloused from labor. The land was not just a source of food but a part of their identity and heritage. Farming was the backbone of society, a cycle of planting and harvesting that dictated the rhythm of daily life. Each season brought its own tasks and challenges, from plowing fields with horses to harvesting crops by hand. A cycle of planting and harvesting that dictated the rhythm of daily life. The community came together during harvest time, a period of hard work but also celebration and gratitude. Goods were crafted by hand, each item a testament to the skill and dedication of the artisan. Woodworkers, weavers, and potters created items that were both functional and beautiful, skills passed down through generations of artisans. These craftspeople were the keepers of tradition, their knowledge and techniques handed down from parent to child. Transportation was slow and arduous, reliant on horses, wind, and water. Journeys that take hours today could take days or even weeks, reliant on horses, wind, and water. Windmills harnessed the power of the wind to grind grain, while rivers and canals were vital for moving goods and people. This was not a world frozen in time, but one where change occurred gradually, almost imperceptibly. The seasons changed, and with them, the tasks and activities of daily life. But one where change occurred gradually, almost imperceptibly. Innovations were rare and often met with skepticism, as people relied on the tried and true methods of their ancestors. The pace of innovation was slow, knowledge passed down through generations. Each generation built upon the work of the previous one, preserving and enhancing the skills and knowledge of their forebears. Knowledge passed down through generations. Elders taught the younger ones, ensuring that the wisdom and skills of the past were not lost. The Industrial Revolution, however, would shatter this paradigm, ushering in an era of unprecedented change that would reshape the world. Machines began to take over tasks that had been done by hand for centuries, ushering in an era of unprecedented change that would reshape the world. The landscape transformed as factories and cities sprang up, and the pace of life accelerated dramatically. The seeds of this dramatic transformation were sown in the 18th century in the heart of Great Britain. A confluence of factors, scientific curiosity, entrepreneurial spirit, and a wealth of natural resources, created a fertile ground for innovation. New inventions emerged, each building upon the last, gradually picking up pace and momentum. The textile industry in particular became a hotbed of invention. The invention of the spinning jenny, a hand-powered machine that dramatically increased the speed of yarn production, revolutionized textile manufacturing. The power loom, another groundbreaking invention, further mechanized the weaving process, leading to increased efficiency and output. These early innovations, though seemingly modest in isolation, had a ripple effect, triggering a cascade of interconnected advancements. The demand for more raw materials fueled the growth of mining and agriculture. The need for faster transportation spurred the development of canals and improved roads. The world was on the cusp of a technological revolution. Perhaps no single invention symbolizes the Industrial Revolution more than the steam engine. This remarkable device, which harnessed the power of steam to generate motion, became the cornerstone of an era marked by unprecedented technological and social change. The steam engine's ability to convert steam into mechanical energy revolutionized the way industries operated. It was a game changer, providing a reliable and powerful source of energy that could be used to drive machinery, pump water, and power vehicles. This powerful machine, which harnessed the energy of steam to generate motion, became the driving force behind the era's extraordinary transformation. Its impact was felt across a multitude of industries, from textile mills to coal mines, fundamentally changing the way goods were produced. In textile mills, steam engines powered looms and spinning machines, vastly increasing production speed and efficiency. In coal mines, they were used to pump water out of the mines, making it possible to extract coal from greater depths than ever before. The steam engine liberated factories from their dependence on water power, allowing them to be built anywhere with access to coal. This newfound flexibility meant that factories no longer had to be located near rivers or streams, which had previously been the primary sources of power. Instead, they could be situated in more convenient locations, closer to raw materials, labor, and markets. This led to the growth of industrial centers and fueled the expansion of existing ones. Cities like Manchester and Birmingham in England and Pittsburgh in the United States became bustling hubs of industrial activity, attracting workers from rural areas and contributing to the rapid urbanization of the 19th century. The clang of machinery and the hiss of steam became the soundtrack of a new era. Factories were filled with the constant noise of steam engines driving an array of machines, from looms and spinning jennies to pumps and hammers. This mechanization not only increased production, but also transformed the nature of work, as tasks that had once been done by hand were now performed by machines. The application of steam power to transportation was equally transformative. Steam engines were adapted to powerboats and trains, revolutionizing the way people and goods moved across the landscape. Steamboats revolutionized river travel, enabling faster and more efficient movement of goods and people. Before the advent of steam power, river travel was dependent on the wind and currents, making it slow and unpredictable. Steamboats, with their powerful engines, could travel upstream against the current, dramatically reducing travel times and opening up new trade routes. The invention of the steam locomotive and the subsequent development of railways created entirely new possibilities for long-distance travel and trade. Railways connected cities and towns, making it possible to transport goods and people over long distances quickly and efficiently. This not only facilitated trade but also encouraged the spread of ideas and culture, knitting together previously isolated communities. The world was shrinking, connected by a network of iron rails. The expansion of the railway network had a profound impact on society, making travel more accessible and affordable for ordinary people. It also played a crucial role in the economic development of many countries, enabling the rapid movement of raw materials to factories and finished goods to markets. The steam engine, in all its forms, truly revolutionized industry and transportation, laying the foundation for the modern world. Section 4, From Fields to Factories, a New Era of Work. The Industrial Revolution triggered a massive shift in populations and labor patterns. The allure of factory work, with its promise of regular wages, drew people from rural areas to burgeoning industrial centers. The once familiar rhythms of agricultural life were replaced by the relentless pace of the factory floor. The factory system brought about a new division of labor, with workers specializing in specific tasks. This specialization led to increased efficiency but also contributed to a sense of alienation among workers. The long hours, often in dangerous and unhealthy conditions, sparked social unrest and demands for reform. This shift from an agrarian to an industrial society had profound social consequences. The traditional family unit was altered as men, women, and even children sought employment in factories. The social fabric of society was being rewoven, with new class structures emerging based on wealth and occupation. Section 5. Cities of Progress, the Rise of Urban Centers. The Industrial Revolution fueled an unprecedented growth of cities. This period marked a significant shift in human history, as rural populations migrated en masse to urban areas in search of better economic opportunities and improved living standards. Urban centers, once primarily centers of trade and administration, exploded in size as people flocked to find work in the new factories and industries. The promise of steady employment and higher wages drew millions from the countryside, transforming the demographic landscape. London, Paris, Manchester, and New York City transformed into bustling metropolises, their skylines punctuated by factory chimneys, and their streets crowded with workers. These cities became the epicenters of economic activity, innovation, and cultural exchange. This rapid urbanization brought with it a unique set of challenges. The sudden influx of people strained existing infrastructure and resources, leading to a host of social and environmental issues. Overcrowding, sanitation, and disease became pressing issues. The rapid growth outpaced the development of essential services, resulting in inadequate housing and poor living conditions for many. The lack of adequate housing, clean water, and proper sewage systems led to squalid living conditions for many working-class families. Tenements were often overcrowded, with multiple families sharing small, poorly ventilated spaces. Despite these harsh realities, cities were also centers of opportunity. They offered a chance for social mobility and economic advancement that was often unavailable in rural areas. They drew not only those seeking work but also entrepreneurs, inventors, and artists, all contributing to a vibrant and dynamic urban culture. The concentration of diverse talents and ideas fostered innovation and creativity, leading to significant advancements in various fields. The Industrial Revolution, while creating new problems, also fostered a spirit of innovation and progress that sought to address them. Urban centers became laboratories for new ideas and solutions, from public health initiatives to architectural advancements, shaping the modern cityscape we recognize today. Efforts to improve living conditions led to the development of public health campaigns, better urban planning, and the construction of more robust infrastructure. These initiatives aim to tackle the challenges of urbanization and improve the quality of life for city dwellers. Innovations such as the introduction of public transportation systems, the creation of parks and recreational areas, and the implementation of building codes and regulations were all responses to the growing needs of urban populations. The rise of urban centers during the Industrial Revolution was a complex and multifaceted process. It brought about significant changes in the way people lived and worked, presenting both challenges and opportunities that continue to shape our world today. As we look back on this transformative period, we can appreciate the resilience and ingenuity of those who navigated the challenges of urbanization and contributed to the vibrant, dynamic cities we know today.